Good morning, traders. This is Tony D from easyMarkets Sydney Dealing Room. Traders Talk for another day here on Wednesday, the 23rd of August. We had a third day of recovery here in US stocks, and you can see that risk appetites increase. You're seeing dollar yen push back towards this key 110 level. If we can get back above 110, then definitely some of the short-term pressure on dollar yen and the yen crosses will be relieved. You are seeing US dollar push back across the board, though. You saw the euro pull back from 118 down to 117.50, a level which has been quite comfortable for the last few weeks, 117.50 in terms of where we go next. We do have a host of flash PMIs coming out from Europe today, and that will add to the whole ECB Eurozone recovery story and potentially allow resumption of uptrend if they're strong enough. But really what the market wants to see is any sort of hint from Draghi. Now, Draghi speaking today is unlikely to be talking about anything major because on Friday he's speaking at Jackson Hole. That's a more appropriate timing for him to announce any sort of tapering plan, although that is less likely than waiting for the ECB meeting itself. On Friday we do have Yellen speaking, and markets are really sort of looking forward to this as potentially an area where they might get a little bit more indication of how keen they are to raise rates again this year. The US dollar's recovery here is based not just on stock markets recovering and some of the risk of trading being priced back out of the market, but also just a small increase there in the chances of the Fed raising rates with some positive developments in terms of Trump's plan to get through tax reform. There's some good noise coming out of Washington in the last 24 hours that this is on the agenda now. So we'll see if this develops into a bigger story. But you are seeing stock markets like that story because part of the tax reform is a huge cut in corporate taxes, which would definitely help the prices there of stock markets. Now, in terms of what else is moving today, we do have the government forecast from fiscal forecast from New Zealand came out with a large cut to GDP forecasts for the next year, and this is seeing Kiwi make some fresh lows, and we're seeing Aussie Kiwi at multi-month highs. So that divergence between Australia and New Zealand is playing out quite nicely. This is a very strong pair. It's trending quite nicely, and definitely it looks on track to target that 110 resistance. It has traded between 110 and 115 now all year. If we break 110, then we can get a little bit more aggressive on the top side, and definitely it feels a little bit more real in terms of the rally this time, as very little to stop this particular theme, unless there is some sort of a large reversal in the recent iron ore rally. So iron ore is up 50% in 50 days, and the sustainability of that rally is under question. But until that changes, you have to keep on looking at divergence between iron ore from Australia and weak dairy prices in New Zealand, and that's a pretty clean play. So that's supporting this Aussie Kiwi rally. The pound made fresh lows on the back of US dollar weakness. Not really aggressive selling, but definitely with the Brexit concerns still there, the market's got little reason to be buying the pound. And if the US dollar wants to resume a little bit of strength here, then one of the first targets, one of the first places you're going to buy the US dollar against is going to be against the pound. In terms of other news that's coming up tonight, we do have the crude oil inventories. Now, crude oil has been very volatile around the 48 to 50 level in the last few weeks, and what we're looking for is to see whether the recent drawdown in stockpiles continues. So this is the government statistics come out tonight, and oil trading is at the bottom end of the range at the moment, and so a drawdown generally supports the market. We'll see if that is going to continue today. Alright guys, if you have any questions, please come through to the Sydney Dealing Room. You can get us here at 1-800-176-935. Below is the links to join up to the Active Traders group, where you do get access to a dealer like myself, and you can see the link in the information below the YouTube video. We'll be back tomorrow, guys.